Next on Worcester News tonight, two Massachusetts high school football teams battle it out in honor of officers killed in the line of duty. Plus, dozens of central Massachusetts first responders are in the Merrimack Valley aiding with Thursday's explosions. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rosalind Flaherty. The Auburn High School football team will be facing Dennis-Yarmouth Regional High School Friday as part of Top Cop. The game will raise money for the Gannon Fund honoring fallen officer Sean Gannon. Both small towns have recently faced tragedy in their police departments, and tonight they'll pay tribute to two officers. Our Cam Jandro has more.
The stands at Auburn High's Memorial Field will be empty Friday night. The school's football team will instead drive more than 100 miles to take on Dennis-Yarmouth in Top Cop, a game honoring fallen officer Sean Gannon.
It's giving back to the community and to their community. We looked at it as an excellent opportunity to get that done and raise a little bit of money, hopefully, for the Gannon Fund.
Gannon was shot and killed in the line of duty in April. In 2016, Auburn police officer Ronald Tarantino Jr. was also killed in the line of duty. Detective Sergeant Scott Mills says Friday's game is about bringing together two towns who have faced tragedy.
Just remember two officers who gave their lives doing what they love and, taking care of their community as well.
Auburn coach Jeff Cormier reached out to Dennis-Yarmouth in hopes of setting up the game. The Rockets were supposed to play a different opponent Friday. After making schedule changes with the Central Massachusetts Football Committee, the game was made official. And for Cormier, it's bigger than football.
We play games every Friday night, and right through the whole year, there are games being played, but they're being played because of guys like our police officers give us an opportunity to not worry about anything else.
Auburn and Leicester hosted the first Top Cop game in 2016. Seniors Jack LaPearl and Manny Rosario were on the team 2 years ago.
I mean, just being a part of it is great. I mean, we were both part of the first Top Cop, and it was something else.
It's nice to have this event for everyone and to have everyone come together and just to show the respect that we have for police officers and our fellow community.
2016's Top Cop drew more than 5,000 fans. The goal Friday is to do the same and pay tribute to two fallen heroes.
To highlight really the first responders and particularly police officers. And, that's what this is all about to us.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
A scary situation Friday when an elderly couple drives into a lake in Spencer. The Spencer Fire Department says the car ended up in Cranberry Lake around 3 p.m. Fortunately, they were rescued by neighbors and refused medical treatment. The District 7 dive team responded and pulled the car out of the water. No one was injured. Gas explosions and fires forcing thousands of people from their homes across 3 communities in the Merrimack Valley. A teenager was killed in the incidents, making it a very sad day in the region. Now, people are demanding answers. Catherine Underwood has the latest.
The Lawrence mayor was fired up this afternoon. With tears in his eyes, he called on the president of Columbia Gas to step up to the podium and answer some questions. Now, that did happen a short time ago, but at this point, those answers are few and far between.
We are sorry. We're sorry and deeply concerned about the inconvenience. This is the sort of thing that a gas distribution company hopes never happens.
For the first time since explosions rocked the Merrimack Valley, we're hearing from the president of Columbia Gas.
We've advanced this as rapidly as it could possibly be advanced. I don't think that anybody else managing this would have been further down the road than we are at the moment.
This after words of frustration from Lawrence Mayor Dan Rivera, who says the company failed their customers and his community.
When we first got word of this incident, the least informed and the last to act has been Columbia Gas. But it just seems like there's no one in charge. Like they're in the weeds and they have never seen this before. But if they have, they haven't communicated that to us in a way that we can do something with it.
Governor Charlie Baker making the decision to declare a state of emergency, giving him the authority to take control from Columbia Gas and let Eversource manage the project.
The governor has, as I said, the same interest as we do, which is restoring service as quickly as possible. And if the judgment of the governor is that bringing Eversource into the mix then that's what we will do, and we will support that approach to this.
When asked the biggest question of all, what could have led to this tragedy, the president of Columbia Gas deferred to the NTSB, now one of the lead agencies on this investigation. Reporting in Lawrence, Massachusetts, for Worcester News Tonight, I'm Catherine Underwood.
The American Red Cross says all hands are on deck to help the people affected by the series of gas explosions in the Merrimack Valley. Nearly 70 people from the Red Cross have set up and are working 4 evacuation centers in the area. The organization says they had nearly 400 people in those centers last night. Red Cross workers are coming from places like Maine, Central Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. They say they will have the centers open for at least 2 more days, and if anyone wants to donate food or clothing, to bring them to the Lawrence Senior Center. We're also learning more about the young man killed when a chimney fell on an SUV. Friends remember 18-year-old Lionel Rondon as a good kid who always tried to better himself in school. Closer to home, almost a dozen Central Massachusetts fire departments responded to the Merrimack Valley area. Massachusetts District 7 says they've responded to many incidents before, but nothing ever like this. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
Massachusetts Fire District 7 staffs the North Andover Fire Department after explosions and fires rocked the Merrimack Valley. 10 fire departments from Central Mass made the journey early Friday morning to provide aid.
We're responding. They have a couple of units and quarters. They also have a command post at the mall where they're running out of the gas incident, and we're covering calls along with North Andover in their town.
Mass District 7 provides mutual aid in Worcester County. They also mobilize as a task force when needed in other parts of the state. Sutton Fire Chief Matt Belcito says they've mobilized before, but never for something gas-related of this magnitude.
We've shut off probably a half a dozen gas meters to the houses. We're under the assumption that gas is shut off, period, but we're taking no chances.
Belcito says all departments in the district train on gas emergencies at least once a year. This District 7 group is handling North Andover's fire and medical calls.
Mostly for gas, smell of gas shut-offs, alarm sounding. We did have a report of a building fire this morning, which turned out to be steam. Thank God.
Columbia Gas also in the community Friday, clearing some North Andover streets for residents to re-enter their homes. Lynn Lichardello says it's good to get the all clear. She evacuated as soon as she heard sirens Thursday.
When we tried to leave, there were fire trucks stopped at various homes because there was already stuff happening at homes, fires at homes.
For Merrimack Valley residents like Lichardello, seeing departments from all over New England, including District 7, is heartwarming.
Wow, it feels good to be here and to have everybody rush to your aid.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
In other news, the city of Worcester and police are alerting residents of road closures Monday ahead of the Worcester Red Sox welcoming celebration. Here's a look at some of the road closures. Worcester police are anticipating large crowds, and drivers are encouraged to use caution when driving downtown and in the Canal District. There will be no parking Monday beginning at 7 a.m. through 10 p.m. on several streets surrounding City Hall, and most roads will be closed beginning at 2 p.m. For more information on road closures, you can visit the Worcester Police Facebook page. For those who can't make it, we'll be broadcasting the celebration live here on Channel 193. Our coverage will begin at 5 p.m. Worcester's Notre Dame des Canadiens church is still standing, but parts of it are starting to come down. Earlier this week, the steeple bell was removed. Hanover Insurance announced they will donate the bell $10,000 and a portion of the land to develop a memorial. Supporters of the former church say they haven't lost hope and want the city manager to ask the Paw Sox if they would be willing to donate money to save it.
That building has held out so long, it's finally taken its last breath this week. And next week it'll be buried and put to rest forever, or it will be saved.
Supporters say demolition of the church will most likely happen next week.